was a day.
Ana de Armas is a Cuban-Spanish actress, one of the brightest rising stars of Hollywood. Her transformation from a feisty brunette into a cult blonde in the film about Marilyn Monroe was another milestone in her career. In this video, we will introduce you to the actress who played the main character in Blonde, which is predicted to be a resounding success. Ana de Armas, how the new Marilyn Monroe lives and how much she earns. Ana Celia de Armas Caso was born on April 30, 1988, in a small town of Santa Cruz del Norte in Cuba. From early childhood, the girl dreamed of becoming a celebrity. She was an amazing dancer and enjoyed performing on stage, despite her parents not being connected with the art world. Ana's father, Ramon de Armas, who once studied philosophy in the Soviet Union, changed many professions. He was a teacher, bank manager, and the town's vice mayor. And her mother, Ana Caso, worked in the personnel department of the Ministry of Education. The actress also has an older brother, Javier, who became a photographer and now lives in New York. The girl's childhood fell on unfortunate times in her country. Lack of food and fuel, power outages, and lack of internet left the children no other option but to spend days outside playing games. She could watch cartoons on the weekends and holidays for only 20 minutes. Despite such difficulties, Ana believes that her childhood was happy. When Ana de Armas was 9 years old, her family moved to Havana and 2 years later to the United States in Dallas, Texas, but soon returned to their homeland. Ana's family didn't have a DVD player at that time, but their neighbors could afford such a luxury and sometimes invited the girl to watch Hollywood movies. Ana was so impressed by the actors that she tried to memorize the lines so she could repeat them at home in front of a mirror. At 12, Ana de Armas finally decided to become an actress, in which her parents fully supported her. After 2 years, Ana successfully passed the audition and became a student at the National Theater School of Cuba in Havana, where she studied the basics of acting. During her second year, the 16-year-old girl made her film debut, starring in Virgin Rose. She received an invitation to be in it by a lucky coincidence. The Cuban actor Jorge Perigorria, who played the main role in this film, had noticed Ana at his daughter's birthday, and after that, he told the director to take a look at the young student. However, according to the rules of the theater school, Ana couldn't act in films during the educational process, so she might have been expelled at any time. Despite this, Ana de Armas accepted the director's invitation and went to Spain as part of the film's promotional tour, which premiered in 2006. Although the role of Ana was episodic, it marked the beginning of her acting career. Returning to her homeland, the girl starred in the fantasy film Madrigal and in the drama Paradise Lost. Both came out in 2007. After that, the school administration still expelled Ana de Armas, but a year later, she managed to re-enter. However, Ana didn't receive a diploma. Otherwise, after graduation, she would have to work in Cuba for 3 years, where she did not see any prospects for her career. So a few months before the final exams, 18-year-old Ana de Armas decided to move to Madrid and work on her career there. In Spain, Ana easily obtained citizenship because her maternal grandparents were Spanish. Being extremely attractive and having several works under her belt, the girl passed the audition and received one of the lead roles in the series The Black Lagoon Boarding School, which premiered in 2007.
Hey, chicos, miren. Bueno, por lo menos ya sabemos cómo orientarnos.
Ana de Armas starred in the series for several years and became one of the fan favorites. But despite this, she asked the authors to write off her character, as she believed that the series didn't help her advance her career, so the filming of the final 7th season took place without her. Meanwhile, Ana went to the USA to rest and improve her English. Because of her poor command of it, she faced refusals at auditions. However, a few months later, Ana de Armas returned to Spain, where in 2009, she played the lead role in the drama Sex, Party, and Lies. Her partner on the set was a young Mario Casas. The film, which tells an almost tragic story of the younger generation, was met with criticism. It seemed way too brazen.
Te lo dije, he subido 10 tallas. Déjame a mí. Que si te digo yo que entra, entra.
Es imposible, no cierra, Carola.
Que sí cierras, mete la tripa.
No puedo.
Mete la tripa.
¡Que no puedo!
In 2010, Ana starred in the historical series Hispania, The Legend, which ran for 3 seasons. The show was a huge success, and for 3 years, it had the most views on the Antenna 3 channel. Despite such popularity, the actress decided to leave the project, having starred in only 2 seasons. At the same time, the girl played the role of a serial killer's victim in the thriller Blind Alley and appeared in several short films. In 2010, Ana met actor Marc Clotet, who she started dating. The following year, the couple officially got married, having celebrated the wedding on the Costa Brava island. Soon the media published the information that the lovers were constantly quarreling. In 2013, the couple admitted that they had failed to build a happy family, so they decided to divorce while remaining friends. After parting with Marc, journalists claimed Ana had an affair with director David Victori, but the actress didn't comment on these rumors. In 2014, Ana de Armas played the main role in the drama For a Handful of Kisses. Her partner on the set was Martino Rivas, who she had already worked with in the TV series The Black Lagoon Boarding School. By the way, the press guessed Rivas had an affair with Ana, but yet again, she kept quiet about the whole situation. Even though Ana became a successful actress in Spain, it was not enough for her. So in 2014, she decided to move to Los Angeles, the capital of the American film industry. It wasn't so easy in America. De Armas didn't know English that well and often couldn't understand what she was being told at auditions. But she didn't give up and studied the language intensively for 4 months. After that, she managed to get her first role. The actress made her Hollywood debut in 2015, starring in the thriller Knock Knock, where her partner on the set was Keanu Reeves, and the two became close friends.
You're a lifesaver, Evan. Not everyone would just let 2 total strangers into their house these days.
At the same time, Ana signed a contract with a Spanish film studio to star in the horror film Annabelle. In 2016, the thriller Exposed was released, where Ana played the lead role and met Keanu Reeves on set again. He didn't just star in the movie, but also acted as a producer. He invited Ana de Armas to be in the film, being pleased with their previous collaboration. In addition, the girl starred in the comedy War Dogs, where Jonah Hill and Miles Teller played the lead roles. In the same year, the biographical film Hands of Stone was released, which can rightfully be called Ana's debut Hollywood film. The director asked her to participate in the filming long before she moved to America, but because of the postponed premiere, the world learned about the Cuban actress from other films. In the film Hands of Stone, Ana de Armas played the main character's wife, and her partner on set was the Venezuelan actor Edgar Ramirez.
Salgamos de aquí. Esto no es vida.
La fucking vida real. Tu marido lo jodieron. Todo el mundo le dice perdedor.
Cállalo, pues.
After the movie's release, the media was actively discussing a possible relationship between the actors, which they both denied. Such scrutiny of her personal life was not out of the ordinary. In 2016, Ana was named one of the most beautiful women according to the GQ magazine, along with other famous celebrities like Kim Kardashian and Selena Gomez. Ana de Armas was also included in Cosmopolitan magazine's rating as the owner of perfect looks. With a height of 5 feet 6 inches, her weight remains about 120 pounds. Interestingly enough, the actress has a peculiarity in her appearance. Doctors have taken notice of Ana's central heterochromia. The green iris changes color to brown in the center around the pupils. In 2017, the girl starred in the action movie Overdrive and the science fiction film Blade Runner 2049. the sequel to the film of the same name from 1982. In the latter, Anna got the role of the AI Joy, the beloved of the main character, played by Ryan Gosling. The movie received 2 Oscars, although it barely covered the budget spent commercially. At the same time, Anna was nominated for the Saturn Award, and that role was called a breakthrough in her career, even though she played a hologram.
Would you read to me? It'll make you feel better.
You hate that book.
I don't want to read either.
In one of the interviews, the girl admitted that she had a great time working on the film. She was especially impressed by the close communication with Gosling, whom she called the most modest and pleasant person in the world. The following year, the actress took a short break in her career and went home to spend time with her family. There, Anna met the Cuban artist Alejandro Pinerio Bello, who she started dating. However, less than a year later, Ana de Armas decided to return to the United States, leaving behind not only Cuba, but also her relationship with Alejandro. In 2019, Ana starred in the crime drama The Informer and in the spy thriller Wasp Network, along with Penelope Cruz. By the way, the film was shot in Cuba and became the actress's first project in her homeland since she left the country at 18. Ana also appeared in the detective film Knives Out, where her colleagues on the set were Daniel Craig and Chris Evans. The film received high critical acclaim, and Ana de Armas received her first Golden Globe nomination and won the Saturn Award for Best Supporting Actress.
Yes.
Oh.
It's something I've had since I was a kid. It's a physical thing that just the thought of lying, yeah, it makes me puke.
Really?
In addition, Ana was included in the list of the 100 most influential people according to Time magazine. The actress added more movies to her filmography, the drama Sergio and the thriller Night Clerk. At the same time, the film Yesterday was released, where Ana played a cameo role, but her scene was cut and didn't appear in the final version, although the actress's name appeared in the trailer. Sometime after the premiere, Ana's fans sued the film company with a demand to pay compensation of $5 million. They claimed that they went to see the film only for Ana de Armas and did not see her on the screen. The court, of course, rejected the claim of the angry fans. In 2021, the next Bond movie premiered, No Time to Die, on the set of which Ana worked with Daniel Craig again. In the film, Ana de Armas played Paloma, a CIA agent who helps Bond on a mission in Cuba.
What happened? Ay, Colibor, Sissy, I forget things when I get nervous. This is the biggest job I've ever had.
Interestingly enough, the character was written specifically for Ana. The film received high praise from critics and became commercially successful. However, after its premiere, viewers complained that there were not enough scenes with the Cuban actress, whose brilliant performance they were enthusiastic to watch. Ana de Armas' payout for the film was only $70,000, while her colleague Daniel Craig received $25 million. In July 2022, the action movie The Gray Man came out, which became the highest budget film ever created by Netflix. The Cuban actress received $400,000 for her role in it. And a few months earlier, the long-awaited premiere of the erotic thriller Deep Water, starring Ana de Armas and Ben Affleck, took place. For her part in the film, Ana de Armas earned $700,000, while Affleck received $7 million.
Joel might be dumb, but he makes me enjoy who I am. That turns me on.
The premiere was postponed for 2 years for various reasons, and many events occurred during that time. Back in 2020, during the filming, a whirlwind romance started between Ana and Ben, which developed rapidly. A month after they got together, the couple went on vacation to Cuba together. And soon, Ben introduced his beloved to his mother and children from a previous marriage. The couple was considered one of the most beautiful in Hollywood, but in January 2021, it was revealed that the actors had broken up. The reason for the breakup was a disagreement between the lovers. Ana de Armas was very distressed by the attention of the press, and she did not want to live in Los Angeles. while Affleck didn't plan to be too far from his children. A few months after the breakup, the media was talking about Ben Affleck's affair with Jennifer Lopez, who he was in a relationship with and was even engaged to back in 2004. This time, the actor's relationship with the singer led to a wedding, which they had in Las Vegas. Meanwhile, Anna didn't stay single for long. In the spring of 2021, she started dating the vice president of the online dating service Tinder, Paul Bucadakis, who she met through a mutual friend. In September 2022, the long-awaited premiere of the biographical film Blonde took place, in which Ana de Armas played the main role, the film icon Marilyn Monroe. The film was produced by Brad Pitt. After the trailer was released, some criticized the actress for her Cuban accent, even though she had been studying with a dialect coach for 9 months. At the same time, representatives of the Marilyn Monroe brand stood up for the actress and praised her for perfectly conveying the image of the iconic blonde. And it's true, in some shots, Ana is almost indistinguishable from Marilyn. After the premiere screening at the Venice Festival, the film received a 14-minute applause, which moved Ana to tears. Today, Ana de Armas continues to act in films, but doesn't want to limit herself to that. The girl played the lead role in the action movie Ghosted, where she also acted as an executive producer. It is known that in this film, Ana replaced Scarlett Johansson, who was supposed to star in it initially. The film is currently in the post-production stage. Also, Ana was offered to play the lead role in the film Ballerina. The plot centers around a young mercenary who decides to avenge the murder of her family. The shooting started in the summer of 2022. The actress spends her free time in her native Havana, surrounded by family. There, the girl rarely checks social media, but prefers live communication and hiking, just like in childhood. Ana also likes to travel. Her favorite vacation spot with friends was Thailand. Ana de Armas takes her pet dog Elvis on trips and even to auditions. After moving to the United States, Ana lived in an apartment in the Venice area of Los Angeles, then briefly moved in with Ben Affleck in his luxurious mansion. However, it was difficult for the girl to live under the constant attention of the paparazzi all these years, and after parting with Affleck, she moved to New York, where she now lives with Paul Bucadakis. At the moment, Ana considers her career the priority and has no plans to officially marry and have children yet. To date, the actress's fortune is estimated at $6 million. On average, she earns $600,000 a year. Her income comes not only from film royalties, but also from advertising contracts. In 2020, Ana became an ambassador of the Swiss manufacturer of watches and premium jewelry, Chapar. They adorned the actress in the film about the adventures of James Bond. In the same year, Ana de Armas starred in an advertisement for the spring-summer collection of the Spanish department store group El Corte Inglés. In 2021, the actress became an ambassador of the American brand Estée Lauder, presenting the spring fragrance Beautiful Magnolia. And the following year, she presented the most expensive cream from the brand's new beauty line, worth $115. Ana also represented the cosmetics company La Mer. Moreover, she starred in an unusual advertisement, Only Natural Diamonds, which isn't dedicated to a specific brand, but to several jewelry designers that use natural diamonds. This year, Ana appeared at the Louis Vuitton Cruise 2023 show in a stylish outfit. It is worth noting that the girl prefers to wear dresses of this brand to official events. Even though the actress's career is just beginning to gain momentum and doesn't bring her multi-million-dollar fees, Ana de Armas can already afford a lot. The celebrity drives a black Range Rover and sometimes passes the steering wheel to a driver while she is resting in the back seat with her pet. She was seen in cars such as Mercedes S63 AMG, Range Rover SV Autobiography, Chevrolet Chevelle, and Nissan Sentra, but many of them belong to Affleck. Ana says she is not very interested in cars, but likes vintage models. In an interview, the actress admitted that she admires celebrities like Kate Winslet, Meryl Streep, and Penelope Cruz, and dreams of achieving the same success as her idols. Do you think Ana de Armas will be able to fulfill her dream? If you like the video, leave a like, and also subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything interesting.